Hello everyone, welcome back to part 3 of the Rosebud Baby Blanket. Today we need to join in the green yarn to start around. So choose any corner and just count. That will be your first stitch. 1, 2, 3, and it's a full stitch along. You need to join your yarn. Again, I just lay the yarn over my fingers and then insert my hook under there in the fourth one along. Yarn over, pull through and there. And now I do 2 chains to represent the beginning of the V stitch. Just zoom in slightly. There we go. And then 1 chain and then a half treble in the same space to create our first V stitch. And now we do 1 chain and we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one along, the fourth one, we do another V stitch, which is a half treble, a chain and a half treble, all into the same stitch. And now we've completed 2 V stitches, and we do another chain and then skip 3 and do a V stitch in the fourth stitch along. And the V stitch again, half a treble. There we go. Now another chain, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, half treble in the next stitch, 1 chain and a half treble in the same stitch again to create your V stitch. And again 1 chain, skip 3, half treble in the next stitch, 1 chain, half treble in the same stitch, 1 chain, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and now you do into the corner another V stitch. So that's a half treble, a chain and a half treble. And we do an extra chain here and then we do another V stitch. So all into the same corner, half treble, chain and a half treble. And there you can see you have, it looks like 3 spaces. And then down the side, you simply do, you skip again 3, don't forget that counts as a stitch here, 1, 2, 3. So there we do another V stitch, and that is half a treble, a chain and half a treble again. 1 chain, skip 3, half treble, V stitch, 1 chain, half treble into the same stitch. And you do this all the way around. Okay, so I'll meet you back when you reach this final corner. So we've reached the last corner almost. We have done a V stitch here and a chain, and we skip 1, 2, 3 stitches and go into the final corner with another V stitch, and then there's a little V stitch completed. Do 1 chain and then another V stitch into the same corner, another chain And there you'll see you have 1, 2, 3 stitches that you skip, and you do a slip stitch in the second of the first 2 chains you made that made the little half treble. Just slip stitch, and then you need to fasten off. Just do a yarn over, pull through, and there you go. That's this row of the little V-stitches completed. Now we need to attach the white yarn, and for this we do the same as we did in part 1. We do a standing treble, and you can do this standing treble in any of the middle skipped stitches. So you'll find between your V-stitches you have 3 skipped stitches, and you pop it in the middle stitch. So to do the standing treble you need to have a slip knot on your hook, and then you lay your work over the tail end of the yarn, pinch it at the back, and then just work a treble into that skipped stitch. Just check, I don't think I went into it there, no. You can see just in there. And then bring the yarn through. You have 3 loops on your hook, another yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there you've completed your treble, or in the US it's known as a double crochet. And now you need to do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and over your green stitch row you do in the skipped stitches, the middle one, another treble, another 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. Now you can see you've made like a little 3 chain space here, and with the trebles either side. And now we need to do another treble into the middle of the skipped stitches. 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, another treble into the middle of the next skipped stitches. And now we are at the corner, and here you just do your 3 chains as usual, but with a half treble into the space here that you created, this 1 chain space between your V stitches in the corner. And then you do 2 chains, 1, 2, another half treble, and then another 3 chains this time, and you're going to go into the middle skipped stitch. So that's the first one, the second one, and do a treble this time. Then 3 chains and another treble into the middle skipped stitch. Another 3 chains and another treble into the skipped stitch, the middle one. And let's just have a look at this corner we've created. So this is how it should look, with your trebles either side here, and then here you have your 2 half trebles and 2 chains. So what you do now, you continue to go around doing your trebles in the second skip stitch, which is the middle one, and you do your 3 chains in between. Just show you a couple more. 1, 2, 3. One more treble into the middle skip stitch. 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Treble into the middle skipped stitch. 3 chains. 2, 3. To the middle skipped stitch. Another treble. 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Because you're at the corner now, into the 1 chain space in the corner, just do a half treble, 2 chains, 1, 2, and a half treble, and then another 3 chains, and in the next set of 3 skipped stitches you do your next treble, and you repeat this all the way around. This is how it looks, and I'll meet you back here. So I'm just about to do the last 3 chains of the round, and to join you slip stitch into the top of the first treble you made and pop a stitch marker in here. And now we're going to do the little rosebuds that sit inside the little V stitches. Okay, so I'll just pass this yarn over to the other side so it doesn't get in the way, and we need to now attach the pink yarn to start the rosebuds. You can start in any rosebud you like. It makes sense perhaps to just start here. You fold it, the white chains down like you did when we did part 1, and do your rosebuds into the centre of each V stitch. And the rosebuds are made up again of half trebles. So to start with the first treble, we'll do 2 chains, and then we'll need to do 4 half trebles to give us a 5 half treble popcorn stitch. So you complete, that's 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first 2 chains. Okay, so into the chain you pop your hook, having removed your hook from the loop, and then tighten the yarn and pull that loop through and do 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. You now do in the next V stitch along, making sure you pull this forward or fold it forward, you make another 5 half trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull up a loop, remove your hook from the loop, insert it in the first stitch, the top of the first stitch, which is just to the side, under both loops. Slip the loop back on your hook and just pull through, and then do 3 more chains. Repeat this in the next stitch. So we need to do 3 half trebles, 5 half trebles, 3, 4, 5, Of course, in the US, these are half double crochets just to complicate things. Right, and underneath the first stitch, insert your hook, pop the loop back on your hook, pull through, and then do 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And then we have the corner V-stitch. We fold it down again and do another 5 half treble popcorn stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull up a loop, remove your hook, insert your hook in the top of the first stitch, pop the loop back on your hook, pull it through, and this time we're going to do 4 chains. Sorry, I've just knocked the camera. 4 chains to carry the work along the back so it lies flat. So just pull that down, the white down, the white chains down, and then into the next, having done your 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're ready to do another 5 half treble popcorn stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, another 3 chains, and then in the next half treble along, another popcorn stitch, half treble 5 times, and you repeat this all the way around. Okay, so what we can do is just show you here that this will look like this. It looks as if it's a bit too long, but it sits flat at the back when we do the next round. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is continue doing your popcorn stitches all the way around. Repeat at the corners, just like so. There isn't actually a little popcorn stitch in the centre, so it's just on the sides. And I'll meet you back to where we started. So I've completed the last rosebud popcorn stitch and the 3 chains, and we need to make sure that this white yarn is lay at the back before we do actually join the popcorn stitches. So to join, you've done your 3 chains. In the first chain you made at the back of the popcorn stitch, just insert your hook and do a slip stitch. And then yarn over, pull through, and snip the yarn and just tighten. Okay, so now we have our little stitch marker here, and the yarn's at the back, and we can move on to the final round of this little rosebud square. You just pop all the little rosebuds in front of the white chains. You can do this as you go along actually, and then just pop your hook back into the loop where your stitch marker was, and we're now going to do into the next space a double crochet, and then into the popcorn stitch at the back of it, another double crochet, and then to the side of the popcorn stitch, the space, another double crochet, and then into the top of the treble, and under both the pink chains and the white chains, another double crochet. So again, working over both chains, double crochet into the back of the popcorn stitch, and then another double crochet, working over both all the way around. I'm actually also able to weave in this pink end. There we are. And then I think I went over a few times there. Okay, just another double crochet, and then into the top of the stitch, the treble, under both, into the next space, one, to the back of the popcorn stitch, one double crochet, to the next space, a double crochet, to the top. There we go. So you can now see how you'll finish this edging for this little square. Again, making sure that you actually catch the back, you know, the chains that you made in between the popcorn stitches. And when it comes to the corner, you just do a double crochet into the space, into the back of the popcorn stitch, and underneath the pink chains as well. And then in the next space, just go under the white chain, that tail ends there. In fact, that's really getting in the way, so what I'll do is I'll snip that and just gently work it in. There we are. And now we've done a double crochet into the back of the popcorn stitch over both the white and the pink chains, but now just do a double crochet over the white chain. This is just for the corner, and then you do a double crochet into the top of this half treble, and then you just do one double crochet in the corner, 2 chains and 1 double crochet. And then into this half treble, you do another double crochet into the space just over the white again this time, a double crochet, and now into the back of the popcorn stitch and over both the pink and the white, another double crochet. I'm working over both again, another double crochet in the space, in the top of the treble, under both again, another double crochet into the space, double crochet into the back of the popcorn stitch, a double crochet into the next space, into the treble, under both. It's only, as I said, in the corners that you don't go over both. And you repeat this all the way around. So there's your corner, and I will meet you when we get back to the other side. So I'm just approaching the last corner now and doing a double crochet into the back of the popcorn and then just over the white into the corner, into that half treble, 1 double crochet into the corner, 2 chains, another double crochet into the corner, a double crochet into the half treble stitch, and then double crochet into the next space, and then into the back of the popcorn stitch, double crochet and over both, the white and the pink, another double crochet into the treble, to the space next to the treble, and then into the back of the popcorn stitch, the space next to it, and then another double crochet into the next treble, to the space, and now we're almost at the end here, and now a double crochet into the space there. I think I've caught the green yarn, and this was our little standing treble here, so just gently tighten that up. So we need to go into the top of our standing treble here, just in there. Make sure we go under the pink as well and do our final double crochet and then slip stitch in the next stitch, and then do a yarn over and pull through, then you'd weave in your ends. But there we've now completed the rosebud square for our little rosebud baby blanket. It's better. So I hope you've enjoyed doing this, and if you would like to meet me on part 4 in the video, we will look at how to join these together. Okay, well, thanks once again for joining me, and look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye for now.